Session 1. Sarah, 34 years old, marketing coordinator, 8 years at the same company, 1 daughter, recently separated. She came to us on a Tuesday. She said she didn't know where else to go. This is her story, in her own words.
I want to start by saying I'm not a victim. I know how this sounds. A woman sitting in a therapist's office, telling a story about how everything fell apart. You'd think I'd want sympathy, but I don't. I want you to understand, 8 years is a long time. 8 years is birthdays and late nights and skipped vacations. 8 years is choosing work over everything else because you believe in something or someone. His name was Daniel. He was my manager. Tall, confident, the kind of person who walks into a room and makes everyone feel like they've been waiting for him. And for 8 years, I thought he was the reason I stayed. I told myself it was the work, the team, the mission. But if I'm honest, really honest, it was him. His belief in me, or what I thought was his belief in me. I should have known from the beginning. The signs were there. But when someone makes you feel seen, really seen, you stop looking for signs. You stop questioning. You just believe them. And I believed him. Completely.
When did you first realize something was wrong?
A Monday morning, March. I remember because it was raining. That kind of rain that makes everything feel slower, heavier, like the world is trying to tell you something. I walked into the office at 8:47. I remember the exact time because I was 3 minutes late, and I remember thinking Daniel would notice. He always noticed the small things. That was part of it. The way he paid attention, it made you feel important. But that morning, he wasn't at his desk. I sat down, took off my coat, made myself a coffee, opened my laptop, and there it was, an email from HR sent at 6:43 in the morning. Subject line, regarding the senior director position. My heart did something strange. Not fear exactly, something quieter, like recognition. I had applied for that position 6 weeks earlier. Daniel had encouraged me himself. We sat in his office, that glass office on the 4th floor, and he leaned forward and said, and I remember his exact words. He said, "Sarah, this role was made for you. I'll do everything I can." I believed him. Why wouldn't I? 8 years. I opened the email. It was 2 sentences. "Thank you for your interest in the senior director position. After careful consideration, the role has been filled internally." 2 sentences. No name, no explanation, no phone call. 2 sentences. 8 years. 2 sentences. I read it 3 times, 4 times, like the words might change. They didn't.
How did you feel in that moment?
Nothing. That's the honest answer. I felt nothing. And that scared me more than the email itself, because I should have cried. I should have been angry. I should have felt something. But I just sat there, staring at those 2 sentences on that screen, and I felt completely empty. Like I already knew. Like some part of me, some deep, quiet part, had always known this was coming. I closed the laptop. I sat for a moment. Just sat. Then I stood up, walked to the kitchen, made another coffee. The automatic kind, just doing something with my hands. And then Daniel walked in. He was wearing the blue shirt. I remember that detail. I don't know why. The blue shirt with the small collar. He was carrying his phone and smiling at something on the screen. He looked up, he saw me, and he smiled. That smile. I had seen that smile 1,000 times. I had trusted that smile. I had worked late nights for that smile. But that morning, for the first time, I saw it differently. It wasn't warmth. It was relief. He thought I didn't know yet. He was wrong.
Did you say anything to him?
No, I didn't say a word. I smiled back. I said good morning. I asked him how his weekend was. I listened while he talked about some restaurant he'd been to, some film he'd seen. And while he talked, I listened, really listened, the way I never had before. Not to his words, to the spaces between them. And slowly, piece by piece, things started to make sense. The meeting I wasn't invited to 3 months ago, I thought it was an oversight. The presentation he gave to the board, the one with my research, my numbers, my framework. He thanked the team generically. He didn't say my name. The lunch with the CEO, I didn't know happened until someone mentioned it a week later. 8 years of, "You're incredible, Sarah." 8 years of, "I don't know what this team would do without you." 8 years of taking my ideas into rooms I was never allowed to enter. 8 years. I had built his career brick by brick, quietly, gratefully, and he had just handed the result of all of it to someone else while I stood there and smiled and made coffee. That morning, something shifted in me. Something quiet, something cold, something I hadn't felt before. I didn't cry. I didn't confront him. I didn't send an angry email or call HR or tell anyone what I knew. I just made a decision. A very simple, very clear decision. He had 8 years of me being grateful. Now, he would have something else entirely.
We'll continue next session. What Sarah experienced that morning has a name. It's called institutional betrayal. When the people and systems we trust most become the source of our deepest wounds. Next time, we go deeper.